Okay, here we go. So, um, so let's talk about this in this input state of mind. I mean, people, when you really think about the different structure of what this is with yourself, understand the concept and understand what you are currently going through as an individual. I mean, if you can really take the initiative to go against something that don't seem right, and then at the same time you look at what you need to do for yourself in the civil right of the input, is basically doing what you're supposed to do by God. Now, the thing about the analogy of this is I looked at myself, I say, God at times look at me from an element point. I mean, he's actually doing me different than anything imaginable. All he want me to do is to basically be strictly a YouTuber voice speaker for his kingdom. Now, the thing about the different tracks I've done at the studio, these are just tracks for me to basically listen to and get my own analogy of. Now, the thing about this is, but these different tracks is just something that I can listen to for myself and basically like what I did at the studio. Even when it comes to my worst tracks, that's just what it is. But the thing about the common sense of what this is, God is showing me that if I can really take something with me and do something with me in, I'm just doing the best business of the business ship. So I don't care the fact that I don't have a wife in my life anymore. That is something that I no longer care about, because when I look at myself, I mean, I have no significant other of a woman. I mean, I have no wife to actually be with. Do you understand that the fact that I don't have a wife, God is looking at me and saying, well, so what that you don't have a wife? Because it's men that's in jail for life, and they would never be able to get a woman, and they would never be able to basically have communion with a woman. They would never be able to have companionship with a woman. They would never be able to do this with a woman. They would never be able to do that with a woman. They would never even be able to basically go to the movies with a woman, or go to different places with a woman. They would never even go on vacation with a woman. These men that are in jail, that's in jail for life, they have to deal with not getting sex from a woman. That's just what that is. So the only way that they can get sex is having sex with another man. So understand the concept of what this is. I mean, if you could really use your common sense about people in America, I mean, people in America is so condemned with what the condemned nation is. I mean, if you can really flip yourself into something and know what you need to be about, I mean, it's like something that can build you up into a source in. So let's talk about the change in. I mean, if you can go with something, if you can foundation tip something for what it's supposed to be about, the structure of this is doing something different with you. So let's talk about this, people. I mean, me as Matthew, as I look at myself, I'm just doing what God want me to do in a conceptive mode of what it's supposed to be about. But if I can really take something with me, I'm just doing something with myself. Now, where is God coming from in this element of this point of? He's basically saying that this different direction that I put for me for, it's just something that I use with my own analogy of the tip of. I mean, if I really use my embracement, or what my embracement is, God loves me for who I am. So one thing that I'm doing is doing what he want me to do. So here's the thing about the trick mode. The trick mode is to basically fight through my lifestyle. I mean, I have to work a regular 9 to 4 job like everybody else. I have to basically do what I can, because at some point I'm gonna live on my own. I'm gonna get my own place, and then I'm gonna know what it's like to basically live on my own and pay my own bills. That's just is what that is. It's basically a real life story. So I have to basically deal with the consequence of basically living by myself and not even having a wife. Because the thing about this is, God is showing me something that's going to play with y'all. The real truth of the moral of the story is this. Me as Matthew, I have to really look at my life and look at what I'm doing with myself in order to do me in. At times, I'm going to feel a little bit torture, all because I'm not getting sex from a woman. And the fact that I'm not getting sex from a woman is going to make me feel like as if I can't make it. But God is showing me something about me. He said, yes, I did fall short of his glory. I mean, I went 6 days of not using a book and taking a book under the pillow and doing myself. And then I just made a mistake and just basically used the book and took the book on the pillow and did myself. But I basically being in a self-awareness to basically tell myself that the superbness of this is to basically line me up and line me up with something, which means I must stay away from doing it and stay away from doing basically the sin that God don't like. But at the same time, God know that at times I'm dealing with these worldly emotions with these worldly input hormones that basically that I have to deal with on the daily basis. But it's something that basically messed me up into a turmoil. So God is saying that the shift made of this is to build me up to what I need to be about. So people understand the lesson of life. I mean, you can use your life, use your frequency input, and go against the grain. If it's very dodging made, it's a dodging made that can clip you up into something and show what you need to be about. I mean, it's a torn script. So the big script of this is to basically go against something that me as Matthew do like, and I like the standard of it. So in order to do me different, I'm doing something for myself. So this is what it is, people. I have to basically deal with what I'm currently going through in order to basically make it to heaven and make it to heaven of itself, and to do something different and to know what I'm going up against. So on that one, that's enough said. Bang.